Madam Speaker, on Monday night, the Rules Committee met and reported a rule, House Resolution 460. It provides for consideration of H.R. 3351 under a structured rule that makes 46 amendments in order, with 1 hour of general debate controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Appropriations. It also provides for consideration of H.R. 2722 under a closed rule with 1 hour of general debate provided, controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on House Administration. It also provides same-day authority through the legislative day of Thursday, June 27, 2019, relating to appropriation measures. Madam Speaker, this underlying package of bills is proof that this Democratic majority is committed to getting its work done, both for routine matters like appropriations and for emergency priorities facing our nation. Take the first measure, H.R. 3351, the Financial Services and General Government Appropriations Act. This builds on our efforts to fund the government for fiscal year 2020 in a timely way. And instead of hollowing out important investments like past Republican majorities have done, this Democratic majority is investing in our future. This legislation not only ensures both the executive and judicial branches can continue to operate for the American people, there is also language here to protect consumers from dangerous products and help small businesses thrive, especially in distressed communities. Most notably, Madam Speaker, this bill provides hundreds of millions in grants to strengthen the integrity of our election system. This is especially important since, if left to his own devices, I don't think our President would even acknowledge that there is a crisis of confidence in our elections following Russia's meddling in 2016, let alone act so it never happens again. He seems content to welcome future interference rather than prevent it. So it is especially important that this Congress takes the lead to protect our democracy. That is why we are also moving here to consider H.R. 2722, the Securing America's Federal Elections Act. The Mueller report made clear that Russia waged an all-out attack on our elections. Putin put his thumb on the scale for President Trump, and intelligence officials have made clear that he and others are trying to attack us again in the next election. Now, I want to repeat that, Madam Speaker, in case the President happens to be watching. Our very democracy is under attack. No troops have been sent into combat, no guns have been fired, but a foreign adversary is turning the Internet and the ballot box into battlefields, with the integrity of the vote at stake. It is beyond me why this President has not acted like this is a national emergency. Instead, he said the other day that he thinks he would take campaign dirt about an opponent from a foreign government. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. That's like leaving the front door wide open when you know there's a burglar in town. He's not preventing future acts, he's encouraging them. And before my friends on the other side chalk this up to a slip of the tongue, let me remind them that his own former communications director, Hope Hicks, testified recently that she believes he's serious about accepting information from a foreign source. Now, this President may not be stepping up to secure our elections, but this Democratic majority is. This bill would enact things like verified paper ballots, cybersecurity upgrades, and state grants to secure voting systems. This majority passed H.R. 1 in the opening months of this Congress. That package includes reforms to fix our democracy. But under Leader McConnell, the Senate did with it what it seems to do best: nothing. He refused to even bring H.R. 1 up for a vote. Now, I don't know why Leader McConnell is ignoring the warnings from our intelligence officials, or why he seems content with weaknesses in our election systems. Maybe he's unwilling to ever break from Donald Trump on anything, even something this important, which really is quite sad. But I hope this time he will try something radical for the Senate. Have a vote. Bring this bill up so the American people can see whose side you're on. Lastly, Madam Speaker, this bill also gives us flexibility to deal with an emergency of a different kind, the one the President is creating on our southern border. President Trump's policies have led to children sleeping on concrete floors, dirty and hungry with no access to soap or even a toothbrush, sometimes left to be cared for by children just a few years older than they are. It is hard to believe that this is happening in the United States of America today. This House will act, and I hope the Senate does the same thing. I encourage all my colleagues to vote for this rule and the underlying legislation so we can do our jobs and act on these important issues. and I reserve the balance of my time.